Hey everyone, I'm here to bring you a hair of the day video. This is a little bit of a different hair of the day. This is a hat hair that I just recently found hidden deep within my wig stash. I've been going through my wigs, slowly trying to decide what to keep and what to sell, and I came across this human hair hat wig that I had totally forgotten that I purchased a couple of years ago, and I never really wore it. And so I'm excited to show it to you guys as I've rediscovered it, gone shopping in my closet. This is a Milano hat hair wig, and I'm going to take my hat off so that you can see it once I talk about it a little bit. This is a human hair piece, and it dries curly. Not just wavy, but fairly curly. And today I put it in with a hat with some braids. And what I wanted to tell you about is, number one, how this is made, but also the difference between this and maybe a synthetic hat wig, which you can also purchase. But before I do, let me show you this one all around. So got it in little braids. Hope I'm in it. When I've got my camera in the up and down mode, it's kind of hard for me to know where I am. So what I want you to take a look at are the sides here. So I cut in some little wispies, some little baby hairs right here to help hide the transition between the ear tabs and my head, because I don't get perfect coverage. You can see a little bit of my stubble, but when I do that, it really does disguise it. If you have bio hair, you could pull a little bio hair out at the temples to blend with any wig, but certainly with a wig that you want to wear in an updo or with a hat or something like this. Now, what makes this unique, and by the way, let me just tell you, this is what I use to trim those baby hairs. This is my little fake on razor comb, which I absolutely love. I show it in a lot of videos. To me, this is a must-have tool for a wig wearer, 100%. Not expensive. You can get it on Amazon. I'll make sure it's linked either in the description or in my bio if this is on Instagram. So, human hair. One of the differences between this and a synthetic, in my opinion, is the human hair looks just a little bit more realistic, and it's not as rough feeling. Now, when you buy headband wigs and hat wigs that are synthetic, those are typically a little bit less expensive, and so they don't use as high quality synthetic fibers typically. And so if you're already a little bit sensitive to the roughness of some synthetic wigs, or just the fact that they sometimes don't look super realistic, then a human hair piece might be a better option for you, because you are sometimes getting a little bit lower quality synthetic with some of these accessory pieces, just because the whole kind of nature of them is a kind of an inexpensive solution. Let me show this one to you now. What I want you to keep in mind, this one is over 2 years old. I purchased this one at least 2 years ago, and I was just recently on the Milano website looking at their wigs as I'm starting to get really curious about human hair, and I noticed that they don't have it doesn't appear that their tops are like this anymore. This is one of those just sort of transparent lace tops. It's actually quite comfortable. It's not itchy on my head or anything like that, but it looks like they have a softer material now on their hat wigs. So just keep that in mind. This is not a new piece. And so basically you get this very flat, very flush top, and then the hair starts right about there, and then it's sewn on all around. Now, what this does is it gives you an incredibly comfortable fit. It's very secure on my head. I do not feel like this is going to come off. And it's super flat under the hat that you choose to wear, so you don't get any extra bulk. I don't even feel bulk right here because the density on this piece is quite low. Way more hair than I ever had, because if I had my hair in a braid, just all of my hair in one braid would have been this or smaller. So it's definitely a good enough density that it looks good if you like put it in pigtail braids like this. Let's take a look at how this looks now. So you've got this whole top. Again, I think their tops are different now. This one does have ear tabs and it has combs, which I'm going to cut out because I do not need these. But if you wanted some extra security, I'm sure their pieces probably still come with combs. It does have an extended nape. There is a little bit of an adjuster here if you wanted to make it a little tighter. And here is the hair. As you can see, this is not a thick heavy hair density at all. Now, if you were to purchase one today, I would ask some questions, not just assume they're all like this, but the hair feels wonderful. My guess is this is a medium brown. They do have some color codes in here, it appears. I don't know how they do their colors now. This is a 10-6-8, so I think it's a medium brunette color blend. But again, I have no idea. You're going to have to check into that yourself if you decide you want a piece. My whole point of showing this to you today is not to get you to buy a Milano piece. This just happens to be the one that I have. And so what I'm trying to do is encourage you and tell you what some of your options are, because, you know, a lot of times we don't even know what our options are. So you just throw it on, find the hat of your choice, throw it on, and it could not be easier. And it's so comfortable, so super comfortable. So if you're, you know, looking for some options, I'm going to use this option in the summer. If I'm, you know, let's say my nephew, we go to his t-ball game and it's a super sunny day. I need something to kind of give me a little protection from the sun, block it. Even though I wear sunglasses, this will give me another measure of protection. And so I want to wear a hat. I did this last summer, and I about died because I had a wig on. You can always put a hat on over a wig, but the challenges you'll face are the bulk, very, very bulky underneath a hat, the heat. Now you've got multiple layers on your head blocking any ventilation that you might need on a hot day. And this can be a little rough on your wig. And so, you know, you're putting a lot of pressure on the fiber at the scalp. You know, if your wig has mono features or lace front, it's putting a little bit of pressure on those things as well. So you could potentially damage your wig. So it might be a better option if you can swing it in your budget to try to find a piece like this. I bought this used off the secondary market. I paid less than $200. I can't remember what I paid for it, but for sure less than $200. I would have never spent more than that. My guess is I paid about $150 for it a couple of years ago on the secondary market. But keep in mind, this is going to last forever. Like, this will literally last me forever. I will never need to buy another piece unless I want a different color or, you know, maybe a thicker piece if I wanted more density or something. But for an everyday thing, one and done, I think, if you make that purchase. Even a synthetic, if you like to wear it in braids or, you know, in a ponytail, you're going to get kind of a long life out of that one if you're careful and you don't fry it with heat or, you know, get too close to an oven or any of those kinds of things. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. Longer hair of the day, because I thought this one could use a little explanation. Hope you guys are doing well, and I'm sending you all kinds of love for your wig journey.